Hi guys, my name is Harmony and I make videos about West Coast living. But if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you may know that in the past few months we've been hunting for a cabin in the woods. So basically just a place to escape from the city and live a little bit more of a simple life. So most of us get caught up in this daily grind of work, eat, sleep, rinse, and repeat. And after a while of that, after a few years, you start to ask yourself, like, what am I doing this for? And there must be more to life than just being glued to my computer and working a day job. And I'm sure that this is a feeling that so many of us can relate to, because we all get stuck in ruts, and it's just a part of life as you get older. So in this process of reevaluating my life, I've also been working towards a lifelong goal of mine, and that is buying a cabin in the woods. And in this case, turning it into an Airbnb. So this is the type of project that really lights me up because it's ambitious, it's new, and quite honestly, it's something that scares me. And it's been a long time since I've done something that truly scared me. So in this cabin series, I welcome you to come along on the journey with me and my partner Alex and our group of friends to create this space that's a total escape from city life. I should also mention that we've been searching for a place for months, and after having absolutely no success, and the market has just been insanely crazy, I'd pretty much just given up on this plan altogether. But then this happened. I look ratchet, but we just got a little accepted offer.
I don't know how to feel.
I don't know how to feel it either. We wanted this, but now that it's real, we're like, okay, do we take that offer though? And then all your fears about investing come up into your mind because it's not a conventional property. We have found ourselves a resort property.
I think it's more so like when you actually lay out all the numbers on the table and you didn't think they would say yes, and now they do say yes. It's like, okay, now I'm responsible for this.
Yeah.
That feels scary compared to like, woo, we got it. You're like, fuck.
It's so true. It's like, okay, now we actually have to think of this. For us, this purchase isn't just like, oh, a vacation rental where we can go. It's like we're buying an Airbnb business. Like we're thinking, yeah. Like I've been doing cost and income projections all morning of like the next 3 years. Okay, what does this look like? What do we have to earn each month? What are our expenses? And so like that's the like less sexy part that isn't fun to think about. But then the more sexy part is like, oh, now we get to decorate. But then the less sexy part is that's expensive. So all part of the process. I can't believe yesterday was like fear number crunching, like, is this something we should do? But now I'm at this stage where I'm like, okay, we're gonna go for the inspection tomorrow and drive out there, but like now I'm at excitement for the project, and like because I've always wanted to have an Airbnb business, so I'm starting to think of the details. We're starting to think of like, how can we build a brand around this space? How can we think of changing the space so that it feels less like a resort and more like a boutique stay? And this is like the exciting aspect of like the business / project that like I've always wanted to do. And I'm like, holy fuck, now we can actually do it. I'm like, let's burn that money we've saved. Let's invest it.
In a measured way.
In a measured way. But in a fun way.
Hey, stop.
Also, little update, we have an accepted offer, so right now we're gonna go down to the Okanagan to see the property, and we're gonna do the inspection. So this is our first time seeing it in person, and
my hair is turning white. That's what my barber tells me, so you know it seems kind of fitting.
Add it again. How about that one? How's that working for you?
I tried to find a payphone, like a cloud in a desert sky, but then some vultures found me, singing in dial tone.
We're 3 kilometers away, and so far the drive is so pretty. Like I'll put some clips, but there's just so many different landscapes that you cover as you come from Vancouver. It's like you go through the mountains, and then you come through like just different geographical regions, because you pass through the rainforest to the desert to now like the gorgeous lakes. And it's like, come on, what more could you want? So I don't know. There they are, the little cabins. We're gonna get one of these boys. Oh my gosh, okay. Wow.
Turn right.
Oh, I see Carla. There's our real estate agent. So how's your morning so far? So one of the things that we really like about this property, first of all, is it's unique in a sense that it is two separate kind of houses. There's the main cabin and a little guest cabin on the side called the casita, which I believe means cabin in Spanish. So this cottage and house end up being 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a lot nicer than anything we've looked at in our price range. And that's because the property type, it's more of a resort vacation rental. It's not your standard like suburban house. So therefore the pricing is a little bit different. But for our purpose, we're ready to own an Airbnb business, and you know there's gonna be a cabin series. Yeah, as we get this place up and running, this is gonna be a really fun series on the channel that is gonna be really fun to make, especially as we start to add our own touches and take this place from what looks kind of more like a resort build to more of a boutique hotel and make it a really unique experience. Also, if you guys wanna be one of our very first guests, please hit us up. Like, I'm gonna put an email below, so if you wanna get on the guest list, we're gonna try to launch July 15th this year, and we would love to share the space with other people, so we're really stoked about that. Additionally, this cottage is on a resort, so it's a gated resort. There's a ton of different amenities, and in addition to your space, you have beach access, you have multiple pools, and yeah, it's all very private where this particular unit's located. So the list of amenities is pretty extensive. There are 2 pools, 3 hot tubs, a swimming dock, which was really nice. Great place to post up. So this is the fire zone. So this is a little fire pit they have, the second one. You can see some of the other cottages up on the hill there. Those are like the mega mansion millionaire ones. You're like a young Simba. There's some really beautiful areas where you can kind of like hike a little bit away from the resort, and there's like rocks that you can like jump off of and swim. Yeah, to jump?
Yeah, just because I'm not used to it, but like I'm sure some people would do this without thinking twice.
100%. There's a little rope too to get up from the water. It's just cute. I didn't actually get footage of the pools for some reason, or the beaches, but you can imagine they're pretty beautiful. And next door to the resort is actually a provincial park, so it's all forested. Nobody will ever build there, but the best part is there's 2 more beaches to access. So you have a total of 4 different beaches right there that you can choose from each day. So yeah, there's just so many different things you can do at this resort. There's tennis, and I think in terms of an Airbnb, it's super attractive because you can come here, post up, and just really have a good time and relax. And you have everything at your fingertips. So that was a huge selling point for us, and we feel like our guests will really appreciate that, and like selfishly, we will too. Now, as you're watching this, you may be thinking to yourself, well, easy, this is a no-brainer. You guys found a good spot, it looks gorgeous, and like despite all that, that's very true. But it's still such a big decision to make, so we had so much talking back and forth to do and debriefing about just the topic, because, you know, although this place is amazing, like we definitely do value like more seclusion, but at the same time, you know, getting seclusion in BC at this kind of level, like we don't have over $1 million. And when you're starting to think about your future and designing the life that you want, you really, for this example, let's look to YouTube. So Beck and Eamon, for example, like they bought a beautiful fixer-upper cabin in Ontario. So like that model, it's a lot less expensive, which is cool. But at the same time, those guys do YouTube full time, and so they can make a full career of just renovating their place and monetize it. Or like Isabel Paige, she kind of gave up everything to move into the wilderness by herself, and because of that, it's a lot more affordable because she's like out there living in a tiny home, and like I love watching their content. It's so much fun. But in planning kind of our own lifestyle and designing the life that is best for us, sadly, as much as we would love to do kind of those more extreme builds or renovations, with our life and work right now, we kind of have to be in the city a little bit. And also, like, having our friends so close to us in the city is a big part of our life because they are basically like our family. And I'm sure you'll see them be a huge part of this project. But to move away from that and not be able to see them regularly would really change, you know, the social fabric of our lifestyle. And so that's kind of why, among other reasons, we decided that the Airbnb model is probably like the best move for us. So when you're thinking about doing something like this, you really have to consider like what is the best path for you, and there's a lot of different business models you can follow. Right now, this kind of Airbnb option is a nice way to have access outside of the city and spend time away from the hustle and bustle, but without fully kind of committing and full sending. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we do have careers that we have to show up for. It's a part of the business. All of this happened from seeing the listing to buying it and then celebrating with our friends on June 1st. Happened in 7 days, so it was a really quick turnaround, and I'm shocked because overall, you know, this has been a dream of mine for so long, and to finally be like, oh my god, I get to check this thing off, feels a little surreal, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we're really excited for what's to come with this new project, and we can't wait to share it with our friends, our family, and just the people who get to come and stay in this Airbnb and have a beautiful summer or fall, winter, spring experience. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one because we'll be moving in.